からか。登場人物覚えてねえや。誰だお前。
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
Most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at
怪
once.
しいなこいつ。立場的に一番怪しいよ。
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of
こいつ
Kew
が園長だろ
Gardens.
う。園長が死ねば。
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have
なん
been
か悪か
better.
ったんだ。
You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
食虫植物ではないでしょ。食虫植物のことなの？経済的にもこいつ動機ありめっちゃありそうだな。経済的にはあんまり豊かではなさそうだ。独身とは限んねえだろ。庭師の手。
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Just be careful with the plants during your inspection.
どういうこと？
What should we
お前はなんだ？
what should we do next, Holmes?
自分で考えろ。お前指示待ち人間かお前。
Nursery. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
あ、これ全部いいか。
Farmhouse. Water lily greenhouse.
全部いくの大変だろ。
Colonial collection. Dry
覚えきれね
tropics.
えし。
Seed house. Ventilation system.
覚えきれねえよこんな。あとどこ？あと何？
Nest.
あれまだ
Water lily.
まだなんかある。あ、こ
A
れ
map
か。
of Kew Gardens.
あれまだなんかある。終わんないってことはまあなんかあるな。調べる場所が。どこだ？何を調べればいいんだ？全部調べたら終わるはずだから。終わんないってこと、あ、ここか。
Reserve.
終わった。
What
でも終わったよな。興味ある対象物。じゃあ確認しろよ。
Just be careful.
調べる場所今回多そうだな。全部の部屋回るの大変じゃね？
Lock. Lock.
入れない部屋もあるのか。まあ全部回るわけないよな、さすがに。
Locked.
さすがに全部回るはずねえよな。あんなの回るの大変だよ、全部。
Locked.
what should we do next,
とりあ
Holmes?
えず邪魔しないでくれ。ワナさんは邪魔しないでくれ。
Locked.
閉まってんのか。
What should we do?
お前はうるさい。
Nursery.
これ行ける場所かなり少ねえんじゃないか。そんな長くなるのかこの事件。長くなりそうと思わないんだけど。あ、開くんのかい。そんな長引かないだろこの事件。もう副園長犯人だよ。また、あ、一緒だよね。え、あ、これ全部だね。何部屋にあるのこの地図は。
Locked.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Seed house. Locked.
閉まってる。どこも開いてねえじゃねえかよ。邪魔はあとさ。
There is a smell of burning.
急になんか始まった。どこ？誰も気づかないの？開くんかい。めっちゃ倍じゃねえ。焼却場なんだ。
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens. A broom handle was half burned. The remains of a picture frame. The remains of a picture. A protective mask.
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
もうこれ完全に消火じゃない。
The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
まあこの時代だから DNA 鑑定とかできんか。この時代では。
The plant. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the colonial collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material.
てかこんなとこ焼却場にするのどうなの？もう燃え移りそうだけど大丈夫？設備的に問題ないかこれ。燃え移りそうだけどめっちゃ。
Dry trop.
植物が周りにいっぱいあるのに。ほんとこれ燃やすか？
What should we...
邪魔しないでくれ。あとさ。人がいねえんだけど。
These flower pots are beautiful. They are intended to be used for exhibition purposes.
何この曲。
The symbol is not from Kew
謎
Gardens.
の曲が。ショコレ検索。また家帰んのか。何この謎の曲が。人がいねえんだけど。誰もいねえね。副園長以外ね。
Water lily greenhouse.
あとね、園長のなんか孫だか誰かいたよね。全部で4人だけど。あれ、ここ来たっけ？ここは最初来たところか。 全然今時計あとその邪魔しかしねえな。
These plants.
この辺はもう調べたのか。
According to this,
どこ行けんだもん。てかもう全然地図が頭に入ってない。
according to this,
地図が頭に入ってないからどこ行けいいのかわからんわ。
according to dry tropic.
人がいねえ。
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings. A water tank. Seed hut. Locked.
人いねえじゃん全然。なんでいねえんだよ。わかんない。どこ来たか、どこ行ってどこ行ってないかわかんないな。入ったっけ？ここ来たっけ？ここはあれか、園長がいたとこか。入り口か、ここは。あれ？なんか。
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
ここにだから燃やせないよな。物理的にあれ。まあ、あらかじめ燃やしてたのかもしれない。
Can I help you, gentlemen?
あ、やっと出てきた。あ、お前がタンか。
Who is Miss Margaret White?
She's the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glasshouse.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only. I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. Now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path. I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can
今
do
集
it.
結してんな。
I can be as good as any other who works here.
寝不足だな。
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens.
どういうこと？
My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed. That is most
副園
interesting.
長じゃないの？
He told us that he was.
どういうこと？
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honor of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
今の聞いていい関係になると。
But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
じゃあ立っちゃってくれたらいいんじゃない？赤い目。最近泣いてる？寝不足じゃないの？寝不足なんじゃないのか？ひげ剃りの切り傷。どこ？あ、これか。
Thank you, young man.
ま
We
あ
shall
だ
see
としたら
you
こい
again
つ犯
soon.
人じゃなさそうだな。やっぱ植物いじってるはずだから犯人だとしたら。もうまだ登場しない女も、まあ、今のところ副園長、自称副園長一択だよな。でもあからさますぎるな、あいつが犯人だとしたら。
A task list
単純すぎるよね。
compiled by Martin Hamish.
やつが犯人だ
Sweep
とした
out the
ら。
farmhouse, scrub the
そんな簡
toilets,
単なもん。
clean the storage shed tools.
やつに協力してくれそうなやつもいなそうだしな。
Farmhouse.
謎 BGM。じゃあシードハウス入れるようになったのか。シードハウス行けばじゃあ女がいるのか。なんもねえじゃねえか。謎 BGM。ちょっとアラビアチックな。
According to this,
あれこう来た場所やの。こう来た場所やの。あれ違うっけ？ああ、調べた形跡あるもんな。じゃシードハウスの場所覚えてねえよ。どこだシードハウス。シードハウスは多分もう開くようになってんだろう。はい、いた。
Look, Holmes. This charming lady must be Miss White.
あれいたのお
She's
前。
entering the seed house.
あなたさんいたのかお前。どこ行ったホッシードハウス。場所覚えてね
nursery,
え。違うじゃん。
locked.
ロック
The
スしてあ
seeds
げた
of
から。
plant.
手も使わずにあげるから。手を全く使わずに開ける。
What should we do next, Holmes?
さっきの女どこ行ったんだ。え
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
趣味悪いな。いや、調べた。削れてるな。
I am curious if the marble that we found will
ああ、
fit.
そう、あの大理石か。
Here it is.
こんなぴったしはまん
The
の？
marble fragment that we found in the
こん
colonial
なぴったしは
collection
まるか
room
普通。
is what they have in common.
他にもだってかけるとかあってもおかしくないだろ。ワトソン邪魔だよ。欲しいな。
These young plants must be delicate if
ちょっと待って、もう完全に迷った。
we can see the interior of the colonial collection room from this window. A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
読まないんだ。
A glasses case. This area serves as Martin. An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
あれ
A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
で、女はどこ行った？あれ戻ってきちゃった。そういえばここ開かなかったな。
Locked.
Gold dust. Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
犯人だろ。
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
でも自殺の可能性はないのか。
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need it
ああ、
with
犬連れて
nose.
こいと。長い鼻あって。
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes. A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory. I don't hear anything. I don't hear it.
何？何をどうすればいいんだ？
I don't hear it.
Martin Hamish's reception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemicals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their
あれこいつも怪しいのか。ていうかどこにいんだよお前。あれこいつも怪しいのか。もしかしてあるものが必要ってなんだよ。
Chemicals.
それだけ。
A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert.
結構あんな調べる場所。
The employee's cloakroom. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
まあそういうことだろう。
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
誰のがないんだ。さっきもらったやつだ。
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
え、ああ。線を合わせりゃいいんだよ。一箇所だけ。一箇所集中して合わせりゃいいんだよ。どういうことだ。いや、これじゃダメなんか。これじゃあんなそうだな。あれなんか複雑になってるこれ結構。どうすりゃいいんだろう。こうか。こっちか。それしか考えらんないな。こうか。もうちょっと上にした方がいいかな。これっぽいけど。難しくないかこれ。これは合ってるよな多分。でこれも合ってるよね。これでこれ線ある。これ線ないよな。これも合ってるよな。あの矢印何なんだろう。これをどうするかな。こう。あ、ここだけ操作できんだ。これあとどこ合ってない。これ合ってるよな。どこだこれ。 これはあるよな。あとどこ？ここが違う？おう。これがどうやったら合うからな。難しくねえか。他合ってるよな。ん？あ、そこまでやんの？そこまでやんのか。で、どうすんの？わかんねえ。じゃあくっつけんのこれ。なんかくっつけられそうだね。それ余計わかんないわ。これはこれ合ってるんだろう。あとどこ？ああ、結構合ってないな。これくっつけない方が良かったんじゃない？間違えたな。こうか。めんどくさ。
Open. Miss White's locker. These jewels must be worth a small fortune. Apparently, Miss White is a capable student.
I see.
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents. A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
3でやったり殺した。そしたらアルバートにも動機あんのか。
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University. Specialist articles on shipyard. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College. Martin Hamish's locker. Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces. Father and I, Kew Gardens.
もう本当に好きなんだなこの場所が。
Martin
まあヘイミッションはちょっと違うかもな。殺人とかそういうのをするタイプではないかもしれない。
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine, a remarkable vintage. Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
怪しいやつばっかりだな。全員怪しいな。てかまだマーガレット会ってねえんだけど。回せば分かるってもんじゃないのか。適当にやってできるもんじゃないでしょと。
A photograph of Montague Dunn.
金庫開けられるのかな現時点で。無理だよな。うるせえしな。いや、わかんないよね、これ絶対。ちょっとまとめるか。くっつかん。なんでくっつかん。くっつかないじゃないか。誰もくっつかねえな。ダメだ。もうくっつかん。いっぱいあんだよ、全部くっつかない。でもホワイトまだ合ってねえよ。何がホワイトだ。どこにいんだよ。
Nest. Nest.
シードハウスはどこだ。シードハウスにいるはず。
Seed.
ここだ。
Open.
いるはず。いた。初めて会った。
Good day to you, Liz. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
嬉しいのか。
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
関心がないんだろう。
Quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss. After the tragedy that took place here.
Yes.
Ah,
The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic, and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
彼っていうのはクエンチャーのことじゃない。金がないのに高価な香水つけてんのか。やっぱアルバートとできてんな。栄養失調。どこだ。どこだよ。いや、わかんねえ。どこだ。わかんねえ。なんだ。そんな調べられる場所ないでしょ。マジでわからん。は？難しくないこれ。全部調べてない。もう全部調べてるでしょ。あとどこ？カール怪しいとこ。バグってる。マジかよ。
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
誰かかもしれない。全員かもしれない。
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial collection room. These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. This place serves as Albert's office. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
てるよな。邪魔だよお前は。くっついてくんだ。なんで走ってんの？もうねえかな、調べる場所。
Kew Gardens is such an...
これなんもないかな。あと何？トビーを連れてきて。職員室？職員室行ってみるか。職員室どこだ？ほら行ってないかな。ここ現在地。こっちの方かな。どっから見てこれ。現在地はどこですか？現在地がわかんない、まず。左行けねえじゃん。
左の道ってどこなんだこれ。
どういうことだよ。
これが道なの？
こういうことなってんのか。ちゃんと地図に書いとけよ。
ああ、一応吹き抜けにはなってるのか。
この扉邪魔だろうが。職員室でも調べた気がするけど。所持品でなんか会話内で尋ねる。まあアルバートとかか。まあとりあえずこれでもなんかあるだろうと。
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
Useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks.
こいつ分かりやすすぎるな。
Not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was.
Oh yes, he forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who was such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And why, he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work. For Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room, in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
Hello?
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently. Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Just be...
でもあれ、アルバート植物に詳しいから植物を使った殺人はできないんじゃないか。アルバートは違うっぽいな。どっちかだよな。アルバートは多分犯人ありえないと思う。あ、これか。職員室って。現地で泣けられんのか、これ。あとアルバートに話聞いてみる。職員室って多分これのこと、金庫のことか。現時点でちょっと無理だな。
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. There's never been about anything else.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Oh, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
普通なんでそれを知ってるんですかとか聞くんじゃないの。個室覗いたら。ついた。あ、間違えた。ボタンが未だにない。つかない。つかない。ついた。あとは今あるのじゃくっつかないかな。今のじゃくっつかないか。これ全部か。新しいのはこれか。これほらで動機はみんなあるけど、こいつは多分物理的な犯罪殺人ができないと思う。こいつには動機はあっても違う殺し方をするでしょ、こいつが犯人だ。なんで宿に行けんの。宿なんかあんの。
あ、そうか、検視したからか。
ああ、でも別にもう必要ない。 あれもう一人いる。ああ、これ4人だもんな。でも多分被害者じゃないな。これもう一人いるね、多分。関係者。父親か、こいつの。こいつの父親でも、ではホワイトの家族か。もう一人いるな。もう一人もじゃあ容疑者なのか。頭前か。この二人仲悪そうだな。いや、時間もいい感じだから終わるか。